Physical therapy is superior to surgery when it comes to orthopedic concerns, and I'm going to tell you why. I had a patient come in earlier this week that already had a surgery scheduled for about mid-June, and by the end of the evaluation, she was ready to postpone, if not cancel that. And the breakdown that I gave her, I wrote down everything that we found was wrong, and I said, if we don't check these boxes first and then look at surgery and see if it's still necessary, ultimately, I'm doing you a disservice. Let me break down what we found. So one of the first things that we found was a lot of hip weakness. Now, hip weakness carries over into the knee because if we don't have good stability in the hip, then every step we take, every step we go up a stair, or every squat we make, again, the list goes on, the knee is starting to take the brunt of lack of good stability starting from the hip down. One thing I've noticed lately is a lot of stability issues start at the hip, a lot of and go down, and a lot of mobility issues start at the ankle and come up. Another thing we found, she was lacking good ankle mobility. And so what this does is it changes our ability to squat and how we squat, and sometimes puts undue forces, again, through the knee. Moving on down, we found that her quads had a decent amount of weakness. And then also she had what we call neural tension, or pretty much tightness down the back of the leg. We'll just keep it vague for today. So we're just going to put neural tension. Now, when we dug a little deeper, she wasn't just having knee pain. We're going to draw a line here. She also had low back pain. Of course, she had the knee pain, especially with squatting and stairs. We're just going to put knee pain. She also had hip pain. And of course, the hip pain was on the same side as the knee. Okay, so all these things go together. What we know about the human body is everything is pretty much connected, and we want to get to the root cause of what's not only causing the knee pain, but what's contributing to the hip and low back pain. So here's what I found. Here's what she's concerned about, right? These things right here are limiting her day-to-day life. This is preventing her from being active like she wants to be. So let's say she starts out at 0, 0, and 0%. She's bad on all these, right? 0% improvement. Unless we check these boxes and then look at how that affects her pain and daily life, if we don't go through that process first, then ultimately surgery is probably not going to solve the problem. And so the way I laid it out to her and the way I laid it out to you is we need to check this box of hip weakness. We need to strengthen up the hips and then teach you how to use that new stability. We check this box. We come over here. Well, okay, how are things going? Well, my back pain is 70% better. My knee pain is 50% better. And my hip pain is actually 100% better. Cool. That's a lot better, right? And we haven't had to cut you open. We haven't had to put you under anesthesia. We haven't had to do surgery of any sort. Second thing, ankle mobility. This one's usually a long-term play, but then we check ankle mobility along with that process because we don't do one thing at a time. We strengthen up the quads, and then neural tension. Let's say we check that box too. We come back and revisit. How is your pain? How is your daily life? And how is your workouts, right? Well, we already solved the hip pain. Let's say the knee pain, 85% better. Let's say we don't solve it all the way. 85% better. Low back pain is essentially gone. We've solved two problems and we've heavily considered or improved one. The main concern, knee pain. 15% pain left. For most people, that's doable. I don't sleep at night unless I get this to 100% for you. But is this last 15% still worth surgery? To me, it's not. But to you, it may be. And let's say it is. So we have 15% knee pain. I know these are arbitrary numbers. Knee pain still bothering you. Okay? Let's say you want to go through with surgery. Don't you think that now that we've solved a lot of these problems, don't you think you'd be in a lot better position to have a successful surgery, way less downtime afterwards, a way quicker recovery? This is what goes through my mind when I have a patient come in that's considering surgery, specifically for knee pain in this case, but sometimes it's hip surgery, ankle surgery, low back surgery, sometimes it's upper body as well. This is what goes through my mind. If we don't check these boxes and then ultimately reassess you and see how you're doing, then you're leaving potential on the table. So this is why I think, and I can almost prove, that physical therapy in most cases is better than surgery. If you have any questions, drop them down below. But this is what goes through our mind here at Natural Wellness Physiotherapy. And as a reminder, my name is Dr. Clayton Durr, and I hope to treat you and help you or your family member one day.